from my personal experience, a lot of B2B websites get built once and then they get completely forgotten about. And in the process, they lose tons and tons of leads. I mean, 84% of B2B buyers are gonna look at your website first before deciding to book a call with your sales team. And if they cannot find the answers they're looking for, they're probably just gonna click away. So in this video, I'm gonna be sharing 3 pages that your B2B website needs to have, plus one bonus one, so you can make your B2B website better this year and hopefully convert a lot more leads. So let's jump straight into it. My name is Orosh and I'm the founder and CEO of the Flow Ninja Studio. And since 2015, we've had a chance to build hundreds and hundreds of websites. And one of the things that I've realized is that a B2B buying process is completely different from the B2C buying process. I mean, if you're scrolling Instagram and you see something fun, I mean like a fun dress or a fun shirt, you might impulsively buy something. But if you're buying a software which is gonna cost your company 100,000 euros per year, you're probably not gonna make the decision on your own. So it's usually gonna take about 6 to 10 people to go to your website, to go through the sales process in order to make a decision. So by not focusing on your website enough, in order to have all of the information you actually need your website to have, you're probably gonna be leaving a lot of money on the table and you're probably gonna be having a lot worse sales conversion in your sales process, even if you're a sales-led organization. The first part is product or services pages, depending if you're in the service-based business or like the software business on the other side. And I can also talk like from our personal experience. A lot of our clients did not know that we offer design because our services page for design was really, really bad. I mean, like not bad on the design perspective, but bad on the positioning side. So by us just focusing more on the services pages to make them better, to showcase more of our services, to showcase more of our work where we've done that type of a service, to showcase more testimonials for that service, and then in general, just to ensure that whatever is day-to-day for us and whatever we feel like that anybody who comes to our website is gonna know, that we actually write it down in an easy to understand way so people know that we're actually a full service provider and that we can help them with any service they are looking for the website. And by just having a simple change like this, it can also change the way of kind of how people look at you. I mean, like on our side, like because of our positioning previously, we were strictly kind of positioned on the market as implementation partners, as people who are gonna take your website and migrate it to Webflow. And by just repositioning our services pages internally, we were able to actually reposition ourselves on the market that people are looking at us as strategy partners, so that with that, we can help them on discovery, strategy, implementation, and afterwards, kind of like the ongoing kind of go-to-market support. And by just changing that, we started gaining a lot more deals which are actually kind of consulting oriented versus previously which were more kind of one-to-one. So by just focusing on that, you can change the type of leads you're getting, but you can also ensure that you're getting more leads by them knowing all the things you're doing, because you're probably not communicating that as much as you need to. And even if you think you're communicating, you're probably only 10% of the way. The next part is of course gonna be the pricing page. Like on our website, this is the most visited page on the website. And I'm sure that that's the same for most of the B2B brands. I mean, the biggest question always is like, should you display pricing or should you not display pricing? That's like the highly debatable topic in every single one of the kind of B2B SaaS companies like nowadays. But one thing is clear, I do think that you should give people at least a range of how much money they're expecting to spend with you. I mean, recently we were buying our first HR software, and I think I disqualified 50% of HR softwares just because I had no idea first of kind of which products or services they have, and maybe some of them had some of the services and products, but they did not showcase them properly. I was like, okay, we're not gonna go with them because they don't have our core functionality. Then the next part is pricing, which is like really important. Whenever I could not understand the clear tiers, or like maybe not even the pricing, but like the tiering structure of kind of how they charge for their kind of products and services, I did not want to spend more of our time and like more of our CEO's time in order to deliver that. So I do strongly believe that focusing on pricing and even doing A/B tests, optimizations, and personalizations on the pricing page can significantly increase your conversions and make it a lot easier for you to run your business. The next part is portfolio and customer success pages. I mean, when we work with clients at Flow Ninja, we often see that they have incredible case studies for the sales team. I mean, like in PDFs or like in presentations and stuff like that, but that those presentations are never to be found on the website in an easy to understand way. So I strongly encourage everybody to have industries, to have case studies in order to showcase who you've been working with in those industries and that you can gain more credibility. A really fun fact that we like to do from our side is that we like to focus on numbers. I mean, people are realistically scanning through your website. And when you go ahead and kind of publish a case study on your website, which is only text-based, it's really hard for people to focus on kind of what did you actually do. But if you have numbers which are kind of outcome focused, like for us, maybe we saved X, Y, and Z company 300,000 on a yearly basis, it's probably going to be a lot more interesting for a customer to read or reference when they're looking at that. Or we've integrated 13 languages. So like if somebody wants to integrate 13 languages, they're going to see our case study and they're going to know, okay, this is actually something which is relevant for me. I strongly encourage you to add like the customer success page, but not just to add it, but to also ensure that you have the right numbers and that you have the right positioning so that whoever is reading that from the other side is reading it properly. And then the final one, the use cases page. I really like this one because, as I said, you're gonna have 6 to 10 people looking at your product, and every single one of them is gonna have a different concern. So let's say on our side, like when we're making a purchase for the HR software, I'm the CEO, the final budget holder. So, and I have some maybe visions of how I'd like the HR to work in our company. Then we have our COO. She's the one actually talking on the calls and like she's making the decisions about which HR software we're gonna be using, but she's also looking at the website. Then we have our HR. She's also gonna be looking at the website. And on top of that, we're probably gonna be involving our CTO to take a look at the product, and we might be involving our finance team and also some of the team leads in the agency before we make up like a purchase and before we proceed further. So with all those 6 different people, they're gonna look at products in a different way, and they're gonna wanna know, does the product have different set of features and how is it gonna impact their day-to-day role. So I really like this page because you can actually think about who's gonna be using my kind of product and how can I write that in their own language so that they understand how it's gonna make their life easier long term. And finally, be creative. The B2B space is becoming more and more competitive, and these are just the ideas of pages. I mean, like as we move more and more with AI and everything like that, I do strongly believe that these are great examples, but you really need to be creative about how are you gonna showcase something which nobody else can showcase. And the most important thing is like, how are you gonna showcase how are you different? The more and more I run my agency and the more and more I work with businesses, I'm trying to focus on the thing about how can we showcase how is our client different and how are we different instead of showcasing how are we the best. And that way, it's gonna make it a lot easier for people to make a decision and to make a purchase in the end.